Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So this story is a sad one. Take a look.
What I really wish is that for you men to be honest with women from the beginning. I've been battling this for years, crying for years, because I went from a virgin at almost 30 years old to a single mother. And it hurts me because I've been silent for too long. And all I hear people say is they disrespect women and mothers all the time. But they don't never talk about how men lie and deceive women, and they don't even want to be with them. I wish I would just be honest with women before the trauma begins. So I went from a virgin to almost 30 years old to a single mom to be in trauma, to be in survival mode. That's what obsessed me the most. Like, I was a good girl my whole life, loyal to people that deceived me the most. And that's what messes me up the most. Like, I didn't even have a choice whether or not to be in survival mode. But you men don't care, you just move on to the next. You don't care who you put in survival mode. And y'all not trying to elevate at all. You're not trying to be with any woman. You're not trying to be with the woman that you really want to be with. Because you play games. You all play games for generations to come.
See, when men talk about women who are leftover women, damaged goods, 304s, what's the other one? Run through, and so on and so forth. The question that often comes to me is, who made them that? Who got them to that place? And I know some will argue, well, they had a choice, they had a say in it, they decided to. But for the most part, there are so many women who started off like her. Okay? There are so many women who wanted or had that kind of idea that keeping themselves, checking or ticking all the boxes that men say that they want or society expects them to be is going to somehow get them the kind of man who is going to worship the very ground they walk on. And that's not always the case. And so some women wake up early to realize that all of this is a lie. Most of the men who say most of these things or put down the list of requirements or expectations for women to follow as a guide, or what they deem as a high value woman or a woman that is worthy of care and love and admiration and support, it's not usually what they do. It's not usually what happens. All right. So they say one thing, but they do something else. Because 30 years, okay, she kept herself. She did everything that they said she should do. She goes to church, all right? She was praying, hoping that she would find somebody who would see her, value her, honor her, cherish her. And what happened? And I know there'll be a man in there saying, well, she should have chosen better. My question is, who is the better? Because we don't seem to find them. Where are the better? Where are they? You never find them anywhere. There's always choose better, but there's never the better. Show us the examples of the better men who will find a woman like this, who would appreciate her, who would cherish her, who would love her. Show me them.
There is no fairy tale with most of these men. There is no fairy tale. These men want smacks. This lady was a virgin. Now she's a single mom living in a hotel. From her life being perfect, she was self-preserved, doing everything she got to do. And these men play these games on women they know with no life experience. Why do men hate hoes? Because hoes know who they are. Hoes know their games. Hoes can see them coming a mile away. These men love you when women are or they don't go out, they don't know much about dating, because they can play bullshit like this. And I really think it should be a charge for men to do this, because this is ridiculous. Like, women, we gotta wisen up.
They don't never talk about how men lie and deceive women.
In my opinion, a woman who thinks her biggest value is her coochie and gives it to every man, and a woman who thinks her biggest value is her coochie and gives it to no man, are the same woman. Same coin, different side. You are going to learn the hard way that men do not care. A man will still dog you out, treat you like garbage, and leave you as a single mother struggling like he would at 3 or 4. Ladies, you will never be rewarded for being a good girl. The only thing you get at the end of saving yourself for a man is a man's acknowledgement, and a man is not a prize. A man will not love you more, treat you better, not cheat on you, or be a better husband just because you held out on dating and experiencing intimacy with men before him. And if we're being honest here, I feel like there are certain types of men that look for women like that. Women who are religiously male-centered, women who feel like they are better than the next woman because she has not slept with men, and women who are inexperienced and can be easily manipulated. Now, I'm not saying that as a woman you need to be giving your goods to every man that you date. Far from that. But we need to acknowledge that men, society, and religion do not want the best for women. So stop giving them so much power on what you should be doing.
30-year-old virgin to single mother is crazy as hell. Like, the timeline is crazy as hell, I know. But to wait your entire 20s and get to your 30s and decide to finally give it up, and the first man you give it up to turns you into a single mother, a baby mama who says she is in survival mode. Nah, that's crazy. How does something like that even happen? I need more details. I need more context, but I'm sure it's coming. All right, so this black woman looked traumatized, y'all. She got a blank stare, staring at the screen, mug on her face, bun to the back, looking tired, wore out, stressed out, and just at her wit's end. But this is why I say there's no glory in being a good girl. Like, waiting all that time to turn around and ultimately get played to the left. This is why a lot of so-called good girls have a high level of trauma. When you're a no good, lying, narcissistic, downright bad girl, 304 or whatever, like, those women, they mental health be a little bit better. I know you're probably like, how, what, where? Like, they mental health when it comes to men. I'm going to be specific. When it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, they already know a lot about how these men are going to operate. They've seen the dark sides of men. They've moved through enough men to know how 80% of them are going to pretty much act the same, and like there's a small percentage of men that are actually going to be exceptional good men, and they don't come that often, and only so many women get those men. And so for everybody else, you're either going to consistently get played and let it drag you to the bottom and have you feeling like how she feel, overwhelmed, played, disgusted, like she just cannot handle what is obviously happening to her. And even though she wants to feel so special and so unique, that story has happened to so many women out here. And they still have to pick that shit up and keep it moving and take care of their child. I know she's feeling down and out right now, and so many people want to feel sorry for her. But really, it's time for her to go ahead and just accept the reality of what has happened with this man and get herself together, get her shit together, get her bag together, and take care of her child and just move on. Because there's more men out here, boo. More men.
Y'all seen the video of the woman who said she was a virgin until she was about 30, and then she met somebody. He said he wanted to have kids with her. He wanted to be with her, and now she is a single mom. Because that she doesn't understand why men do this. They come on here and they say, I want to be with you. I want to have this family. And then poof, they're gone. She said that this has been an extremely traumatic experience for her. She also does say that she has been a good girl. She's been loyal her entire life. Like she said, she has made it to almost 30 being a virgin. Here are my thoughts on this. If you meet someone and you are like, I don't know if I want to have kids, but your partner wants to have kids, you don't have kids. Because we already know as women, a lot of the times we are going to be the ones that are going to be taking care of said kids, right? I'm not saying men are not a part of it. I'm not saying that they are not in the children's lives. Please be very clear. I had a great father. I'm just saying a lot of the child rearing falls on the women. So because of that, we need to be fully understanding that we are probably going to be the ones that are going to be taking care of the kid most times, okay? So because of that, you need to have kids only and if you are ready, and the amount that you can take by yourself. If you can only take care of one kid, but your partner wants to have two, you have one child. If you want to have 0 kids and your partner wants to have one, you have 0 kids and go find somebody else, Okay. And she also mentioned something where she's like, I've always been a good girl. I've always been like so loyal. Because I think you should be a good person, but we need to remove this whole, I'm a good girl. When it comes to your body and bearing kids, that is where you need to be selfish. That is where you need to take a stand and be like, I'm not going to be a good girl. I don't care if you want to have 2 kids. I want to have 1 child. So that's what I'm going to have. And you are mad at it, then I'm sorry, I'm not the one for you. And like, you can't just try to put somebody else's needs above yours when it comes to your body and you raising kids.
They gotta even have a choice whether or not to be in survival mode. What you mean?
This is exactly what it looks like when you are in religion. And like, she even called herself a good girl. When you are sold a dream, when you get it, typically when you are in, especially Abrahamic religions, you are sold this idea of waiting out until marriage, purity. If the less touched that you are, the more desirable you'll be a man's prize pick. You are taught so much. You are conditioned in a very specific way. And that's why I say religion breeds pygmies. It breeds women who have low self-esteem, who have no sense of identity, who really value men. They love to have men lord over them. They have no sense of sovereignty. They have no desire to have validation from within. What they do is typically motivated by men. This woman was deceived. She said she entered into the situation a virgin, left with a baby, left with heartache, and left pretty much with her whole psychology screwed. Because imagine if you're sitting here and your outlook on life is, if I do things the right way, if I adjust myself for God, and if I do what I need to do, then I'm going to get a good man. He's going to be a man of God. He's going to take care of me. I'm going to have my child with him. I'm a virgin. I've done things the right way. I'm doing things the right way now. And then to have your world flipped upside down, that is going to shift your reality. There's going to be some psychological damage, not only being done in the present, but in the end, because now your view of religion is probably going to change. Your view of God is going to change. Your view of men is going to change. Nobody equips religious women with the truth. You sell them a dream and then you say, here, practice this. And you already teach them to subdue themselves to a God who rewards their purity. And that's just stupid. Women have sovereignty over their body. Their bodies belong to them. So when they already come into this religion saying, my body's not my own, it doesn't belong to me, it makes it easier to enter into these marriages with the idea of, this is his body. He can do what he wants with it. This is what it is. And you're conditioning them to subdue themselves under male leadership. Religion, I have never seen, especially Abrahamic religions, empower women to be sovereign, to be partners. No, they condition women to be servants, as if men are worthy of being served. We are just as smart, if not more. We are just as capable, just as competent, if not more. Why should women be in subjection to men? Absolutely not. And these women have their worlds rocked upside down all the time.
If they are not cheating, they are not DL, they are not mistreating the women, they are just there. It's just a handful of them who roll up their sleeve, are ready to get down and dirty, participate in the relationship, in the raising of their children, in, building something for themselves. But for the most part, this is what we get. If you don't take anything away from any of these things, one thing I want you to take away is think like a man. Okay, not Stevie Harvey, but think like a man. Move like them. Okay? If you're going to do marriages, relationships, and so on and so forth, be as calculated as they are. You can't go there, being a virgin and thinking, oh, somebody will see you and do right by you. No. Most of them are not like that. They don't care. They say one thing, but they do something else. All right? The goalpost is always moving with them because they are not honest. Okay? The only thing that most of them care about is that little thing dangling between their thighs. And for some demonic ones like the one she met, because I don't know. That's all I can think of, How can you come into a woman's life? A woman, she's 30. She's kept herself up to this time. She told you her requirements. You agreed to it. Okay? You told her, oh, let's have the kid. Let's start something. Let's do this. She agreed to it. What did you do? You decided after she had a child, yeah, gotcha. Bye-bye. I'm going. You know, because they don't care. They don't care. They just come in to ruin your life. That's it. That's it. That's all that there is to it. You know, and you can fight with yourself and argue about it and go back and forth. But for the most part, it's either you find a man like this or someone who will treat you well, which is at this point is a fairy tale. You know, at this point, I don't know where they are, to be honest. If I say there are good men out there, I can't point you in that direction. I can't say, go here, you find a good man. Do this, you find a good man, because there's nothing like that. I'm sorry. It's just sad that this is most of the times the reality of most women. Okay? There's nothing there. There's no reward at the end of it all. Nobody is coming to, no man is coming to save you. No man is going to honor you. It is what it is. So you think for yourself. Okay? Think for yourself. Move according to you. You know, if it's kids, you think about how many you can take care of by yourself. Because the part that they are going to stay with you is not guaranteed. You know, there's no way of telling. Anything can happen. All right? It's just sad that these things are happening to a lot of women who thought that the outcome would be different. It's just sad. And then when they wake up and they start talking, someone will sit in the corner, oh, she hates men. Oh, you're trauma dumping. Oh, this or that. Well, life taught her. Or should I say, men taught her. Anyone, when I leave it here, and I'll see you again in another one. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.